Alright, Shalom. Shalom. All praises, honor, glory be unto Yahawah, Yahawashi, Rawchaa Qadash, double honors unto the elders, apostles, who could stone. Shalom to sincere Akim. Alright, laboring cause of all winds, whithersoever we've been scattered. You Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, more especially you from the Southern Kingdom, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Jamaicans, so-called Haitians, you need to get this through your head. Alright. You know the Ethiopians. Alright. There's no connection between the sons of Jacob. Alright. And the Ethiopians, the Cushites. Alright. These are raw meat eating bastards, not Israelites. Alright. But we, being as a sand of the sea, alright, fulfilling prophecy, alright, we are scattered among all nations. Alright. But that does not mean that these Cushites are Israelites. They are heathens. Cushites are not Israelites. These so-called Ethiopian Somalians are not Israelites. Are heathens. Okay, they descend from the sons of Ham. This is Isaiah 20. Verse 5 says, Isaiah 20 and 5 says, and they shall be afraid and ashamed of Ethiopia, their expectation, and Egypt, their glory. Because right now you're glorying, in the current establishment of America. You're comfortable with this wicked society, the current establishment, which has been the foundation of it has been built upon wickedness. And part of the philosophies of Hermetic, this whole Hermetic nonsense. If it's not black consciousness, it's all about Ethiopia. Africa land, the motherland. Oh, you're still lost in 2018 until this very day. Because you're still looking onto these heathens. Stop looking onto these nations, these natural Gentiles. They can't save us. There's no salvation among the gods of the nations, for they are all but idols. The worshiping gods of wood and stone, and we're not supposed to be doing that. Alright, this is next scripture, Zephaniah 2. This is what we're supposed to be doing as Israelites. Alright, Zephaniah 2 and 1 says, gather yourself together, yea, gather. It says, gather yourself, yea, gather together, O nation of desire. We're not desired unto this very day. But you Israelites thinking, you more especially you Judites, you Benjaminites, are still caught up in this nonsense of Ethiopia. This is nonsense. This is what the Most High thinks about these Ethiopians that you love so much. It says Zephaniah 2 and 12 says, ye Ethiopians also shall be slain by my sword. That's why they're still catching hell until this very day. Let's go to look up this way, the Ethiopians.
Strong's H3569. Cushi.
That says Kawash. It's Kawash. Kawash. In the Hebrew, it says Cushi or Ethiopian sea Cushan. Says their blackness is one of the descendants of Cush, the grandson of Noah through Ham. They are the Hamites. They're not Israelites. They are Hamites. It's impossible for them to be Israelites. But amongst them, we still got, the Israelites who've been scattered among them, as we've been scattered among all these heathen nations, for a curse and a reproach, as we are yet this day in our captivity. It says one of the descendants of Cush, the grandson of Noah, through Ham, and the member of the nation or people. These are the Cushites. Cushites, Ethiopians. That's who they are. Let me just play this video over here.
Go ahead.
see a perfect combination, Cush and Esau. The same guy who sold his birthright from one morsel of meat, going hand in hand with Esau. Two heathens, two non-Israelites, Esau, Edom, and Cush, one of the sons of Ham. Raw meat. Let's get some scriptures, man. So the book of Leviticus 17, verse 12 says, Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourn among you eat blood. Even to the Israelite foreigners, no blood. No blood. No blood, no blood, no blood, no blood. It says, and wherefore, it says, whosoever men they be of the children of Israel, of the stranger that sojourneth among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast of fowl, that may be eaten, he shall even pour out of the blood thereof, and cover it with dust, no meat, for it is the life of all flesh, and the blood it is in the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. Very simple, no blood. Everything we suppose it must be what? It must be well cooked. That's what this is very low. Okay, we're not supposed to be conducting ourselves such a disease. It's a delicacy. It's involved. It's madness, okay? This is madness. Let's go to Isaiah 40. This is what the Most High said concerning the heathens. Okay, it's a book of Isaiah chapter 40. Isaiah 40, verse 15 says, Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and they accounted him as a small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the hours as a very little thing. Verse 17 says, All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted as to him less than nothing. And vanity, the customs of the nation are all but what? Vain. We're not supposed to be trusting in such vanity. 2018, the word has already went out. You have absolutely no excuse. Isaiah 43. This is Isaiah 43 verse 3 says, For I am the Lord Yahawah thy power, the Holy One of Israel thy Savior. I gave Egypt for ransom, and Egypt and Serbia for thee. This Moses says, look man, I'm going to trade off these nations for you, so I can have you. So I can have you, including these Ethiopians, these Cushites, the Egyptians, all the Hamites. So you better stop with this nonsense. But only the elect are going to return unto Yahawashi and serve him. This is Genesis 9. This is Genesis 9. Genesis chapter 9 verse 18 says, and the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Let's look up this word Ham. Alright. It's Cham. Alright.
Strong's H 2526. Cham.
Alright.
Cham.
says that the second son of Noah fought of Canaan and various people which were inhabiting the southern lands. It says collective name of Egyptians. Doesn't give you all the names. Oh, let's go here. It says Ham, the son of Noah, which is the ancestor of the Egyptians among other nations. Doesn't name them all. Okay, with Ham. In fact, let's get Chronicles real quick. Let me just go to First Chronicles. So First Chronicles. Also, you can get that in Genesis 10 and the 10th chapter. There's the First Chronicles 1. It says First Chronicles 1 and 18 says the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The Cush is so-called Ethiopian Somalians, Mizraim so-called Egyptians, which are now in Sudan, in the southern part of Sudan. So it's Put, the Northern Africans, and Canaan, the so-called South Africans, even those who are in the southern interiors of South Africa. These are the Canaanites, the Hamites. But amongst them, you see that the righteous seed of Yahawah scattered among them. But that does not mean that we are of these nations, that we are the Hamites. No, we've been scattered among them. We have nothing to do with these heathen nations. We are a holy nation, and as such, it is high time for us to gather ourselves. It is high time to start gathering ourselves, because the Most High is not coming to deliver. He's not coming back to save Hamites, Africans. He's coming to save Israelites. He's not coming back to save Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. He's coming back to save Israelites. Okay, you better get out of that mindset. Okay, we're not Negroes, we're not Latinos, we're not Native Americans. We are the Israelites. All right, the 12 tribes. Okay, so Revelation 7. All right, from verse 5 on down. All right. He's coming back to come and save Judah, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Manasseh, Simeon, Issachar, Levi, Zebulun, Joseph, okay, Ephraim, okay, Benjamin. He's coming back to save the 12 tribes, okay, all of them. Simeon, all the 12 tribes. Naphtali, he's coming back to Manasseh. He's coming to save all the 12 tribes. The 12. He's not coming back to save Cushites, Ethiopians, the 12 tribes, and the great multitude of these Israelites who have been scattered among all these nations. Whether you be scattered among the so-called Africans, the Hamites, if you are of the elect, you're going to be delivered. You're going to be redeemed from the sight, okay, in front of our enemies. If that all praises honor glory be unto Yahawah, Rawchaa Qadash. Okay, double honors unto the elders, apostles, shalom, to you sincere. Shalom.